I'd like to welcome you guys to another weekly installment of Pokemon What If Wednesday, where every Wednesday morning I post a video going through last week's investing and collecting questions, where your guys' question will actually be featured in the video and one person's question will be on the thumbnail every single week. So please drop your questions down below for a chance to be in next week's video. And if I did comment to you saying great question and I might use this and I didn't, please you can drop that question again and make sure you put repeat question and it'll get moved to the top. And remember, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not some guru who knows everything, but when I'm unsure, I always like to talk it out with a few people. It always helps me make my final decision. And we do got to give thanks to our video sponsor today, super fast, and that is Punch-Out Gaming. Punch-Out Gaming is my local game store that I go to in Minnesota, and honestly, it's the #1 game store in all of Minnesota. Nobody can really beat their variety. You can order right from their site too. They got stuff for everybody: Pokemon, sports cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece, tons of video games and video game consoles. And they have one of the best selections of raw Pokemon cards that I have ever seen. And they do have a new edition where you can actually come in, hang out, and play the TCG. And then too, hit me up on Instagram or YouTube if you guys plan on going. I will try to stop in and hang out, maybe do some trades or whatever. It's honestly a blast. So check them out. The link is in the description. And if you are coming to Minnesota, they're only located 30 minutes north of the Twin Cities. But all right, let's get to the first question. It's from one lucky viewer. Repeat question: with a 5K budget, what's the best way to use it on vintage packs to open and keep them sealed? Thinking Team Rocket and gym sets, English and Japanese. Thanks as always. Well, now this is kind of a hot question because with the whole scanning thing, so many people are just afraid to get anything vintage sealed. So I would strongly recommend, start learning the sellers and start getting from trusted sellers, because people will start scanning stuff for the high-end packs. I mean, for stuff like modern and like, let's say I think they have a new tier, it might be $15. That still doesn't even make sense for Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies has insanely tough pull rates. So, I mean, you're going to be spending a ton of money sending in a bunch of packs. I mean, just imagine sending in 30 packs at $15 a pack and you don't even get one alternate art, because that's going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, one of my sponsors is loosepacks.com. And if you're trying to get stuff to open, which, I mean, I personally can't do it. When I have something sealed vintage, I cannot open it anymore. I mean, I have all the cards technically, so it really doesn't make sense for me to do that. There's a few packs that I do like opening that are just super fun, that aren't ridiculously expensive, but yeah, I can't do it. So if you do want to get something where you want to open it, I strongly suggest just getting a heavy pack, because it's just going to be way more worth it, at least. And that holo's in there, and then you don't know what holo it is. It's not scanned or anything like that, but they have packs here for everything. They got blister packs and they got even regular packs here too. And then, yeah, it depends on what they have in stock and stuff. But I mean, they sell light packs, heavy packs, unweighed, all the different pack arts. So I would definitely just get a few heavy packs of something just to open, because at least you're getting a guaranteed holo. But like I said, if it were me, I just can't do it. I cannot physically do it. My hands will not let me open these packs. But yeah, it's so tough investing in vintage seals right now. I really feel like you should maybe hold off. I do have a feeling a lot of these prices will come down once the scanning thing gets more popular and stuff, and people are going to start panic selling. And so I'd maybe hold off a little bit and then reevaluate. All right, next question is from @JaredP6536. What are your thoughts on the price of the Bubble Mew? Been waiting for it to drop to like 65 to 70, but it just doesn't seem to be falling. Go for it now or keep waiting. A good copy on eBay is consistently going for 95 to 100 and between 80 and 87 on TCG Player. Yeah, I've also been watching that Mew card. It's just been holding strong. So we're on eBay sold listings here. Looks like you can get a PSA 9 relatively cheap. 95, 97 bucks. Another PSA 9 right here, 80 bucks. A PSA 8, $90 our best offer. PSA 9, 100. Oh, raw here. Here we go. Near mint, very lightly played, $99. Honestly, I'd probably hold off a little bit. We got a lot of good sets coming up, and I think it will get into that $60, $70 mark, but I don't think it'll go any lower than that. But yeah, we just haven't really had a ton of like crazy sets recently to where people are still trying to get this card. But yeah, I'd give it a little bit more time. I'm the same way. I still need this card myself. I'm right there with you. I would definitely wait till some of these new sets start getting leaked, and it should drop to that $60-$70 mark. So, all right, next question is from at Mr. Molly54. So I pulled the Eevee full art from Twilight and I want to collect the evolutions in a binder surrounding it with that card in the center. Any recommendations on any full art cards of them? I know Evolve Skies has a ton, but definitely out of my budget. Also adding to the question, do you think Temporal Forces and Paradox Rift are a good investment? All my local card shops have tons of them in stock. Thanks again, man. Love your vids, bro. I really like Paradox Rift. I do think it's a sleeper set of Scarlet and Violet, and a lot of people do like Temporal Forces. So yeah, I do think they're both pretty solid investments. Of course, they're not going to go as crazy as Paldea Evolved and 151 and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it'd be totally okay just grabbing a few, you know, you never know. Especially, they are solid sets, super fun to open. Pull rates are pretty solid. Temporal Forces has a little tougher pull rates. But anyways, back to the first question. It's super tough for me to answer that because, you know, everybody has a different opinion on art. But the trainer gallery cards, Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon are extremely cheap and absolutely beautiful. This is the Flareon here. I mean, last sold $4, so I'm not sure exactly what your budget is because you do say Evolving Skies, but then full arts, the Evolving Skies full arts, I mean, the Espeon is market price $10, so not too expensive, but getting up there. But I mean, you can do the Espeon GX full arts. Even the regular EXs are beautiful and they're, you know, around $5-6. So you do have options. So what I strongly suggest you do is just go to TCG Player, type in, you know, Espeon or whatever, and just look at all the cards and start, you know, figuring out what art you truly like the best, because there are a ton of options. Next question is from at Big Body Benz. What's your opinion on keeping a Pokemon trading card game classic? Sealed long term, whether it be Japanese or English. Love the cards inside, but debating on buying the singles. Well, I definitely wouldn't buy it to open it, probably. I mean, unless you're like trying to get some of them graded. I've heard a lot of people doing that and making some money. But this is the English one, $275. Did get down to $269. It was in stock. I can't remember what site, for like $250 for a while. So it really depends on what you can get it for. And the Japanese one is last sold $243. Someone got it August 5th for $50 in shipping. About $250. $239 our best offer. $250, $258 for the Japanese ones. I do think the Japanese ones do look a ton better. I mean, the cards are beautiful in there. That border is just insane. But there is a world where I could see this box being a $500 box. I mean, it was originally supposed to be $400. Not very many people bought it. I mean, a good amount of people tried to stock up and scalp it and stuff like that, but it didn't really work out. It's just a little overpriced. But I don't think they printed a billion of these things. These things are absolutely massive. Next question is from a member at Kyle F. White 8812. My favorite video of the week question. I'm planning to over time get all 151 Japanese Master Balls in PSA 10. Prices coming down after the mass reprint. Do you think the Master Balls are overhyped? One per booster box seems so scarce despite the mass production. Cheers, mate. Now, I do feel like they were for sure overhyped at the time. You know, I said that in a video probably 5 months ago that these prices were going to come down. And then we got a massive reprint and they came down. So I feel like now would be an okay time to get them. Let's just click on one here. Dragonair. So, I mean, if you look at it, we can check the all-time here. So, started off at $112 in a PSA 10, down to $52, up to $142, all the way down to $21. So I feel like now would be a solid time to get these. I don't know if we'll get another big Japanese 151 reprint. So at these prices, this seems okay. But when we're talking that almost all the Master Balls were more expensive than the actual special illustration rares in the set, I didn't really like that. So yeah, I definitely feel like it's okay. We'll check a little bit more expensive one now. I think the last time I checked Pikachu, it was starting to come back up in price. Let's check that all time. We're on Pokédata right now. So, I mean, $770 in August of 2023 for a 10. All the way down to $243 July 4th, 2024. And it's coming up right now and leveling out right around $300. So, yeah. I feel like now would be an okay time. The prices make a lot more sense now, to be honest. But, I mean, even Pikachu raw got down to $165. Is now back up to $230. So you might have missed out on the bottom for these cards because even the booster boxes are coming up in price. But I know a ton of people collect these, like a ton of people, and a lot of people stocked up on these boxes. So yeah, I think it'll do good in the future. Just like I said, I always try to get at the bottom. You know, just imagine the people that were paying $700 for this card. They're not doing so good right now. And they're going to have to wait a very, very long time to see this card ever get back up there. Next question is from @bphil28. Hey Beard, love the videos. You're my favorite PokeTuber. That seriously means a ton. Repeat question, should I go for a raw copy of the Gold Star Mew from Dragon Frontiers or go for like a PSA 7? It seems really hard to find one in good condition. So we'll take a little peek here. Hop on eBay. So this is the recently sold PSA 7, 825 bucks. Next, we got a raw copy here. It says lightly played excellent. And this sold for $465. So we'll take a little peek at the condition. Not too bad. You know, it would maybe get a 6 or a 7. But if we're talking half the price, I would just go raw. So what you can do is you can type in Mew, Gold Star, all that, and you can save the search on eBay. So you will get a notification every time a new one pops up. You know, I strongly suggest doing that. Next is from @Matthew Martinez 327. I have a Carmine alt art from Twilight Masquerade and a PSA 10. Do you think now is the time to sell or hold on to it for a while? Interested to know your answer. Thank you. Love your content, by the way. Well, I think you missed out on the time to sell it. It was $670 in June, dropped to $482 and $350, and right now it is at $236. I do have a feeling it will come down a little bit more. I'm not sure if it will come back up. English waifus really don't hold a ton of value. I mean, there's a few that do really good. We already got a sale here for a PSA 10 at $194, so it's definitely going down still. Yeah, I don't know. It might level out about $150, $175. I could be wrong. I do not know a ton about the special illustration rare trainers. I don't really collect them at all. So I could be wrong. She annoyed me so much in the game. She got a little better at the end, but it's tough to say because, I mean, at a certain point, you might as well just keep it and hopefully it comes back up. But I don't know if this is going to be one of those cards that does that. All right, next question is from Aiden Gilland 473. Hello, Beard. What are your thoughts on the gold Galarian birds from Billion Stars? Take a little peek. So we got the Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. I don't mind them. I think the art's pretty solid. We'll take a little peek here. My favorite is the Articuno. Stupid TCG player does lightly played for everything now. Was $8.25, now down to $6.49, $6.44, and $6.35. So pretty affordable, to be honest. Let's check that 1 year. I think they were originally on release $20 to $30 a card. So it was $10.62 of September 2023. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're too bad. I don't think they're going to be very expensive in the future. But I could definitely see them being, you know, $15, $20 cards again down the road. All right, next is from Alex Sanderland 8349. In your opinion, what's hot in the figure statue market right now? I know you have a good collection of those too. Well, I mean, of course, I love superhero statues and stuff like that, but I really think the Pokemon statue game is so undervalued right now. I mean, just look at this. This Onyx statue is $229. You're getting so many different Pokemon in here. I mean, it's pretty big. 15.5 inches tall, 15.5 inches wide. Very solid. Like my Lapras in the background. Again, you know, just a couple $100. Such good quality. But if you go to like Sideshow, if you guys don't know what Sideshow is, that's where I order a ton of my statues there. Not a sponsor. I wish. But the good thing about these guys, though, you can do payment plans and there's no interest. So you can get some really expensive statues. You just got to do the payment plan and they'll send it to you when you're done. I always let people know this. It's great for collectibles. They even have some Pokemon stuff. But if you look, so these are quarter scale premium format statues. And I mean, they're always at least like $500. And we're just talking just a dude standing there. The average height is about 15 to 20 inches. Same thing as that Onyx and my Lapras statue, around 20 inches. Next is from at Johnny Ninja YT. Hey Beard, I was thinking about buying a Charizard SI from English 151. Is now a good time to invest in 151 cards, or should I wait for the price to go down with the rumors of a reprint? You might as well wait a little bit. I don't think it's going to go up in price anytime soon, so yeah, I would just hold off a little bit longer and you'll probably save 20 to 30 bucks probably. All right, next question is from at Heaton. Hey, I know you don't talk about Korean, but what do you think about investing in Korean Eevee Heroes, Korean Blue Sky Streams, and Korean Fusion Strike? So yeah, I do not know a ton about Korean, but when we're talking anything Eevee Heroes, Evolving Skies, and the booster box is 50 bucks, you really can't go wrong. So I definitely think it would probably be worth it to just, you know, maybe get a few boxes here and there. I mean, we're talking 50 bucks a box, so cheap. And again, beautiful cards. I mean, this was 48 with $2.90 in shipping, $60 here, 55 here. So yeah, I think it'd be worth it. Again, I love the low risk stuff. And this to me is pretty low risk. Just a box or two. Not a bad idea. Next is from at dbaron157. Hey Beard, I'm currently collecting every illustration rare in English for my personal. In your opinion, do you think I should just settle for Japanese cards since they tend to be cheaper, especially the higher end ones? Or do you think I should keep on trying for English? And do you think they'll be worth a lot one day? And we got another question from at Jertweg. Do you think the illustration rares of Scarlet and Violet will hold their prices, or will they suffer the same fate as Trainer Gallery Hollows? Well, there's so many illustration rares that a ton of them are going to be extremely cheap. I mean, that's just inevitable, especially the earlier sets of Scarlet and Violet. The pull rates are relatively easy. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be worth a ton. Of course, we're going to have a ton of illustration rares that will be valuable. So what I would do is I'd probably stick with English, you know, and I'd probably try to get the nicest possible ones that you could find. You know, act like you're going to buy it to grade it. Even if you're not going to grade it, just always buy like you're going to grade it. You know, try to get the perfect condition ones. So that way, when you do go to sell them in the future, you have the option to go get them all graded, which will then bring you a ton more value. But yeah, there's just so many. They're not that hard to pull that a ton of them will be extremely cheap, just like Trainer Gallery cards. And then, yeah, like I said, I'd probably do the English over the Japanese. You're probably going to have a better value down the road. There's going to be a lot more people collecting that for English. So yeah, that's what I would do. Next is from at Toploaded JRGS77. What do you think is a better investment? 1 English booster box, or for the same price, 3 Japanese booster boxes of the same set? Example, 1 Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, or 3 Lost Abyss, Paradigm Trigger boxes. Super tough question. Me personally, I'm just doing English mostly. But again, with the Japanese booster boxes being so cheap, it makes me kind of want to pick up a few. Like I said, I love the low risk stuff, especially with like Lost Origin, you know, being relatively expensive now. Silver Tempest is definitely a little bit cheaper, but yeah, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to pick up 3 Japanese booster boxes because they're just so affordable now, and you know, they're solid set. And it's kind of nice having a little bit of Japanese with some English too. So, you know, not a bad idea. Like same thing with the Korean boxes, like the question before, you know, it's so cheap. It's not too big of a risk. Good question though. Next is from at Duane. Hello, do you think the vintage Team Rocket cards or tag team cards will go up in value once the new sets of Rocket and tag teams come out next year? Yeah, they probably will go up in value. I don't know about like a crazy amount, but they will all definitely go up in value. Next question is from at John Tack Bass 9372. I probably butchered that. I apologize. Love your content and just subscribe to the channel. I have a question for you. My son and I have been collecting for a couple of years and really wants a graded Moonbreon. We have a decent amount of lower price slabs, roughly $40 to $100 each. We have collected over time, and with the current price of the Moonbreon, we would like to trade a vast majority of them to obtain 1 card. Do you think it'd be a good idea? Yeah, I don't really hate that idea. So I'd maybe look at all your graded cards, pick your top 3 favorites, maybe the ones that are a little more sentimental or whatever it is, keep those. And then, yeah, totally trade in all your cards for the card that you want. That's what this is about, is getting the cards that you want. And especially with Umbreon dropping right now in price a little bit, you know, I'd keep watching it. Hopefully it'll come down a little bit more for you. But then again, if Umbreon's coming down, there's a chance your graded cards are also coming down too. So you might want to do it sooner than later. You know, you kind of got that situation right there. But yeah, no, that's totally fine. You know, totally worth trading. Plus, it's really, really good to trade, get to know people, sell stuff. It's just more experience. You'll get better at it. And honestly, will help you grow your collection to get exactly what you want. Next is from It's a Jeep Thing 31. Would you rather invest long-term in Alt Art Rayquaza V from Evolving Skies or Alt Art Aerodactyl V from Lost Origin? Rayquaza V for sure. It's Evolving Skies and it's Rayquaza. I love Aerodactyl and I love that art. I think the Aerodactyl is better than the Rayquaza art-wise, but I'm very confident the Rayquaza will do much better. Next is from @JeremiahFunes6426. Hey Beard, hope you're doing good. I'm doing great. I'm caught in between investing in 151 or Fusion Strike at the moment. Should I hold off for a reprint or buy now? Love your vids, man. Keep up the work. I'd probably go 151. I always say it on my channel. We always try to get at the bottom here. It's the safest, especially with the 151 reprint coming. Yeah, I'd probably go 151 Fusion Strike. You know, it's pretty expensive now. So, like I said, like to get at the bottom. Next is from Poco Knight 7363. I am collecting Twilight Masquerade as a master set. Do you think it is worth selling for profit? If you're collecting Twilight Masquerade right now as a master set, you'll probably end up losing money if you try to sell it. And the amount of people buying master sets is very, very, very small. I mean, that's the whole thing about Pokemon is collecting. So a lot of people don't like to buy master sets. But honestly, you'd probably get the most money for it right now. So if you do have it complete and you want to get out of it, now might be the time, just because it still has some hype with it, with the whole Greninja. But yeah, it's so expensive to do a master set, especially the first 3 to 6 months when a set comes out. You're just completely overpaying. All right, next is from @Cannon1018. Hey Beard, I love your ridiculously informative content. Thank you. How do you know when to pull the trigger on singles for modern Scarlet and Violet sets? $40 plus cards in particular. I can never tell when it's the last dip before the actual appreciation climb. Sorry if you've already mentioned your strategy. Keep up the great work. Well, I always like to wait for the next hyped set. Like the next truly hyped set. Because then that's when people will just completely stop buying. They're going to sell the cards because they're going to want these new cards. So for Scarlet and Violet right now, you know, with the Team Rocket set coming out, the Evolution set coming out, I'd probably wait for something like that. And you'll be shocked on how much lower these cards will drop. It's pretty wild. So that's what I always like to do. I always like to wait for the next hyped up set. And if you can't wait, which is totally understandable, at least try to wait for the very next set. But recently with the last few sets, you never know, people be hyping it up a month or two after it comes out. So yeah, I would just wait for the Team Rocket set, Evolution set. Next is from @CollinWells, TD5TP. What's up, Beard? Is it worth investing in ETBs or booster boxes? I'm going to stop you right there. Booster boxes. Booster boxes will always be better. You're getting way more packs for like what you're getting. I do love ETBs and they're great for display. If you cannot afford booster boxes, totally fine with picking up some ETBs of some really popular sets. That's totally fine. But yeah, definitely booster boxes. They will always be king. All right, last question is from @KyleSolano1578. What is your biggest regret in collecting minus selling regrets? I wish I never sold my sealed Rayquaza Poncho box. Bought for $1,500, sold for $25. In my first appearance tops cards, Lugia and Slowking. Oof, rough. I love that Lugia card so much. But yeah, mine would probably be selling also. When I was a kid, I did sell my doubles binder in a garage sale. I still remember to this day, there was hollow Suicunes in there. I think I had 3 hollow Suicunes. I had hollow Ho-Oh, a ton of Neo cards. And then I think I had an extra Blastoise, Venusaur, and we're talking shadowless for these base set cards. So yeah, I regret that. And then I also had a PSA 10 collection of the first of each card of all the legendary Pokemon. Super cool collection, but it was so random because all the cards were so different. It really, really bugged me. But I sold it before the big boom. But I did technically sell them for a profit, so it's not the end of the world. But still, you know, it really, really sucked because I could have got a ton more. But yeah, that's about it. I haven't really sold any of my personal collections since that. I sold 1 card during the boom, and that was my PSA 10 first edition Hollow Lugia because, you know, I have 2 of them and I just couldn't pass that up. So yeah, otherwise, that's about it for Pokemon cards. I have some statue regrets, some trades I've made that I just wish I had to this day. But all right, that was today's Pokemon What If Wednesday. If you guys do have any questions, please drop them down below for a chance to be featured in next week's video. And if you guys can do me a massive favor and hop over to my Instagram and please give me a follow there, I would really, really appreciate that. Just know I post something there every single day, whether it's something from my personal collection or whether it's Pokemon news or anything like that. And then too, if you guys do like this content, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a like and comment. Just know leaving a like and comment, it helps the most. And I comment back to every single person that comments on my channel. I feel like it's the least I can do. And if you want to support even more, you can now join my membership. It's only 99 cents a month. I post exclusive content there also. And then too, you can check out my eBay store. But all right, I want you guys to have a great morning. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon Market Monday, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.